A very good afternoon to everyone. So today I'm going to present you on the topic Naxalites movement and second sovereign green bonds. So firstly we will discuss about Naxalites movement. Firstly, when it is started, what is the ideology and how it's converted red corridor into the peace corridor and why it is started. So there's the number of factors behind it. Some social, political, economic, and external factors. One of the factor that is they fight for Jantu rights. That means people rights for Jal Jeevan and jungles. That's why and the tribal community and the regional people attracted towards this Naxalites movement. Support this. From red corridor to peace corridors, a strategic evolution of the internal security framework cross world borders, vulnerability programmatics, turnout, and ultimate conflict resolutions. In this slide, we will discuss about when it is started and what is the core ideology. In 1967, peasant revolt triggers triggered a small village, Naxalwari, in the West Bengal, and led by Charu Mazumdar and Kanul Sanyals against the agrarian classes and landowners for the land. Maoist ideology core. Maoist ideology core, that means they truly believe that they fight, they acquire the political powers and sovereign state on the basis of guerrilla warfare and armed powers. Tackles core considerations. A lot of different small militant groups merged together and form a CPI Maoist banners in 2004, established India's most complex internal security crisis. Isolation strategy. They find out that area which is fully isolated, dense forest, and unavailability of the administrative research. Red corridor map explaining geographical asymmetries. So their vision is Tirupati to Pasupati connected in this. This is map like cover Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. One of the regions which is highly affected, Avesta region, they lie between the Chhattisgarh and the Telangana borders. Social economics voids exploit regional administrative isolation, infrastructure deficits, and a high poverty index ratio in that regions, and coal-rich tribals dominate that regions. Guerrilla strategies, rugged forest junction, state borders provide tri-junctions borders, so easy to escape path of the police jurisdictions during operation time. External nexus cross-border feuds. The structure survived of this left-wing extremists over the 6 decades with the help of some external power support in the financial, ideological, and logistic support channel across the neighboring borders. Firstly, we will discuss with China. China provides conceptual literatures, military trainings, and sophisticated weapons like AK series, assault rifle, tackles wireless communication, and primary route via porous route in the Myanmar. Then we will discuss with Nepal. Nepal is established tackles link through regional coordination committee, safe havens, active smuggling track, and joint training exercise, open and unregulated international border. Then we will discuss with Bangladesh. Bangladesh provide illegal monetary money laundering and provide a shelter during central government to launch operation against the Naxalites. And we will discuss with Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka provide a guerrilla war technique. The human infrastructure roles, decades of the unrest 2004 to 14. This served human security and development setback during the peak explorations highlight the gravity of the crisis. Massive violence 17,542 attack as per record within the 10 years. Loss of innocence life. 5,019 civilians lost their life during crossfire and tackle strap. Security casualties. 1,913 security providers are died in who were posted in that area. That peak escalation 2010 witnessed a maximum spike of 1,936 violence incident and 720 civilians deaths in a single year. Social economics paralyzed. Extremists systematically target mostly in the structures area like school, road, railways, and homes, highway. And digital demoralize vital mobile tower and isolated communities from the digital banking and public health networks. Three pillars to the conflict resolutions. The strategic resolutions framework. Trust demobilizations. Accelerating massive surrenders. Government of India has launched surrender policy, which any Naxalites want to surrender themselves. They provide financial support and uh, vocational training. Physical digital infrastructure. They develop a lot of infrastructure in that area, so easy to connectivity, like 12,249 kilometers critical road conflict zone in since 2014. 20,557 crore stations for a target 17,319 kilometers per networks. 45 public welfare, ensuring the institutional dignity settlements. Eklavya model schools, approximately 197 Eklavya model schools open in that area for the basic educations. Private land ownership claim and continuous local grievance resolutions. In this slide, you can explain that in the initial time, 2014, 126 area were affected from this Naxalites, but in the present conditions, only 2 districts are affected, not and highly affected 0 district. 45 police station in 2014, 66, but in 2026, 597. Station report active violence in 2014, 333, and in the present 2026, 16. Easy to connectivity. Government of India has launched this 3 scheme: Viswas, Resolution Trust, Nirman, and Jal Kalyan. Viswas, that means provide security and open a policy for surrenders. So approximately 2,337 Naxalites are surrendered themselves. And Nirman, that means a 12,249 kilometer road construction, digital connectivity, and many other connectivity like 1,000 open bank, 900 ATMs, 69 skill centers, and 49 industrial skill centers, 519 post office within 30 districts over, which are highly affected of this Naxalites. Jan Kalyan's welfare scheme, welfare delivers fiber dignity on mainstreaming culture inclusion. Some other policy launched in that area like uh, civilians engagements and civilian engagements and media plans. In 1967, Naxalwadi village first time attack. In 2004, CPI Maoist and 2010 violence decades and 2015 National Policy Action Plan. So that time a large number of Naxalites surrendered themselves. In 2024, target set up Naxal free state and 31st March 2026 historical militants. So remove of this Naxalites in India. In this graph, and so in the initial time, red color show the security force, and orange color show civilians, yellow color show the extremists. In the initial times, large number of civilians and security forces lost their life due to attack by extremists. But in the present conditions, government of India had launched a different policy and technique used and saved their life, and a large number of lost their life Naxalites. And a large number of Naxalites surrendered themselves in 2015 due to coordination between the state government and Indian government together launch operation against. So a large number group arrested. Why the declines? The strengthening security operations, improve infrastructure, and focus development in the left-wing extremists, surrender rehabilitations, and the better coordination between the central government and state governments. Then we will discuss about a sovereign green bond. Sovereign green bond is the government security issued by the government of India for the development of green and climate-friendly projects. In 2022 framework, aligning with ICMA and to strictly fund environmental, sustainable, and policy projects. All bond proceeds and routed by a conservative fund of India and under the strict finance ministry audit. Premium SLR boost premium allow the government to borrow at lower interest rate because of the eco-friendly natures. This bond are eligible for the SLR, focusing bank to trade them safely. Market obstacles. Indian currency experience weak premiums benefit due to the lack of secondary market trades. And domestic player prioritize high end, resulting in the limited secondary liquidity. Eligible sectors we can use in the renewable energy, eco-friendly winds, and electric locus metro. Strictly prohibited, not in use in this area, fossil fuel project, nuclear power plant, and direct master installations. Why it is important matter. Mobilize large-scale funds for the green infrastructure, help India meet the climate and net zero in 2070. Promotes green investment and the sustainable growth, ensure the transparency, accountability, and strict audit.